I'm making a game taking place in a toxic corporate environment where you as the player seeks revenge for years of unpaid overtime and mistreatment. So today I'm gonna show you some of the progress that's been made and how it went from this piece of work. Right from the start I had a clear vision what this game was going to be all about, but to build this mechanic I had in my head turned out to be way more difficult than I had expected. Luckily I do have a close friend who helps me a lot when I'm stuck in programming hurdles. Yeah, this game is gonna be great. Okay, so here's the main concept of the game. The player should have a grid-based movement system with the ability to move forward, backwards and diagonally. The system should also support the ability to execute fast jump combinations at essentially the same pace as you press the button. This enables the player to take down enemies along the grid with quick jumps. And I'm not gonna lie, this took me some time to figure out how to solve. But in short, the solution was to store grid movements in a queue to be able to move player along the grid to a target coordinate based on the key press combination performed by the player. But this game was supposed to take place in a big corporate office cubicle type of environment. This is of course placeholder art for now, but just to get a sense of what the game might feel and look like. To make our working class hero not look so bland and to really emphasize that he's truly fed up with this situation, I gave him this tie. For this I used an awesome asset called Magica Cloth to make this cool effect, and by adding some wind to it, the tie on his head is always moving, even if he's standing still. I think he looks ready to take on this mission and seek revenge.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and let's get it up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus.
Right now he can jump for sure, but even though he has a fluttering tie on his head, he still looks quite stiff. So I thought, hey, wouldn't it be cool if he did flips when jumping between grids? And on paper, this seems like a pretty easy task to do, but this is Unity. Eventually I got the rotation all sorted out and I continued by making some one-frame animations for the jump and the landings. Only placeholder animations of course, but it gives at least some kind of feeling what the game can look like further down the road. At this time I took a little break from the game and signed up for a Steamworks account to put together a store page. If you do find this game cool and want to support it, you can wishlist the game totally free and helps a lot. Link down below. What's not totally free is the Steam fee, and I really do want to buy back my left kidney after releasing this game. So something else I wanted to try out was another way of moving across the grid. I had this idea of the player sitting on an office chair and moving backwards by spraying with a fire extinguisher. Isn't this the coolest thing ever? Okay, so at this point you might be wondering, what do you even supposed to do in this game and what's the plot here? Well, it's a matter of seeking revenge for years of oppressive conditions in a cubicle environment led by this evil corporation. And the main objective will be to navigate through an entire office building all the way up to confront the CEO on the top floor of the building. But more about that later on. The project is still in the prototype phase and I have a long list of mechanics I do want to try out before locking down the scope of the game. For example, adding the ability to shoot at the same time as you jump, maybe with some kind of time manipulation system. And as always, if you have any other cool suggestions on how to expand on this concept, give me your best ideas, love to hear them and I appreciate it very much. And now go and check out the game on Steam, link down below.